It's David Katcher. He's the Midwest General Manager over at Lyft. David, such a pleasure to talk to you. We want to get to Lyft's newest charity campaign here in a second, but let's first focus on the expansion to the Midwest that you guys have been doing this year. How has that really affected the economy in the area?
Absolutely, yeah. We've announced several expansions over the past few months, launching in over 50 plus Midwestern cities just since the beginning of this year. And I think it's been a tremendous economic impact on all of these cities. You know, you're talking about cities beyond Chicago into smaller cities such as Madison and Janesville. And so there, transportation has been an issue for a long time. And so we're bringing this new mode of transportation to some of these smaller towns.
All right, how much of a focus are you guys really putting in the Midwest in terms of Lyft directly competing with Uber? I mean, that is a company that operates in nearly 600 markets, and I know you guys have a very aggressive expansion plan to be in 100 cities by the end of 2017, and already almost met that goal by being in 94 cities just in the first quarter of the year.
Yeah, we've seen tremendous success with this rollout, specifically here in the Midwest as well, and I think that's partly why you see us surpassing those goals we set out for the year. You know, passengers have really resonated with our brand and our company, and we're seeing, you know, just tremendous growth in the Midwest. You know, in Chicago here, we've grown rides about 4 times from 2015 to 2016, and we're continuing to see that growth in some of these smaller markets. So, you know, we fully expect to continue to launch in many more cities throughout the U.S. and become the dominant rideshare choice in the country.
So, David, how do you take a national brand like Lyft and you grow it at the local level? I mean, I'm from Colorado. Everybody has heard of your competitors before, and then it's slowly starting to progress of everybody starting to find out what Lyft is. So how do you make that grow at the local level, especially in the Midwest?
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with forging local partnerships with great organizations in the community. So, you know, here in Chicago, for example, we've partnered with Lurie's Hospital, A Just Harvest, Northwestern University, the Museum of Science and Industry. And I think aligning ourselves with those great brands in some of these local cities really starts to resonate with passengers. And the more and more we do that, the more and more people see us around town, the more our name will get out and people will give us a try. And as we've seen, when people give us a try, they tend to stick around. And similarly on the driver side, you know, a lot of local driver recruitment activities with community organizations throughout these cities has helped with that as well.
Yes, David, we know that this is Military Appreciation Month, and you guys have actually partnered with the USO. What are you doing with this partnership to really help servicemen and women?
Yeah, couldn't be more excited about this. I think, you know, it goes back to the very beginning. Our founders launched this company to be very mission and values driven, and you know, we're proud to be able to help causes that affect the community and reflect these values. And so this new feature allows passengers to opt in on the app, and we'll round up each fare to the nearest dollar and then donate the difference to a charitable cause. So if your fare is $6.60, we'll round that up to $7 and donate that 40 cents to a charity. And so in honor of Military Appreciation Month, and you know, the fact that we have hundreds of thousands of Lyft passengers and drivers who are veterans, we've partnered with USO as our first charitable cause here.
David, how much have you guys raised so far?
Don't have set amounts yet. This is really a brand new feature that we just launched a week or so ago. Only on Android right now, but rolling out to iPhone as well. But hoping to make sort of tremendous progress in terms of how much we can raise for this great organization.
Well, speaking of pricing and money, if you compare Lyft in the Midwest to cities like we're out here in the East Coast in New York City, how do the prices compare?
Yeah, I think they vary city to city just based on the dynamics of that city. And so, you know, obviously competition and other transit options are a huge part of that, and customers' willingness to pay. You know, we've experimented with a lot of different price points over the years, and I think we've found, you know, a sweet spot in a number of our cities that makes it truly affordable for as many people as possible, and cheaper than some of the alternatives that are out there.
Now, of course, Lyft has always promoted themselves as being friendly to their drivers. That's been something that they've talked, you know, a lot about, including the tip features and all that stuff. Has that been something that's been very positive for you guys in terms of recruiting and employing people in the Midwest?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've made a commitment from the very beginning to treat our drivers and subsequently our passengers with respect and dignity. And I think you see that through a lot of the features that we roll out. On the driver side, we've offered the ability to tip our drivers through the app for a very long time now. And now you're starting to see some of these other programs as well, like the Roundup and Donate that we just launched. I think this really resonates with folks, especially the millennial crowd that, cares more about just getting from point A to point B and that transaction, and cares more about the brand and the values and the culture of the companies that they align themselves with.
David Katcher, Midwest General Manager over at Lyft. Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Coming up.
Thanks for watching Cheddar on YouTube. If you want to see more of our videos, click on one of these over here and be sure to subscribe to our channel right down here.